Alright, what's up? Duncan the Highlander here. I decided that I was going to go through and post some of my fights. Obviously, I thought that I would just go right ahead and post my most recent fight with Isaiah, aka Faze Sensei. And there I am, Duncan, aka Duncan the Highlander. Um, so yeah, obviously, wish the fight went a little better. Most people probably have already seen his version and his commentary on the fight. So, if you're coming here and you're watching it again, I guess the opportunity is to see just some different things. Obviously, I'm gonna see it just like when anybody, just like for example, if you hear a book and it says the history of the United States of America, there's no such thing as the history of the United States of America. There's only a history because everything is somebody's perspective. So obviously, this is going to be my history, my point of view on the fight, and you're going to see things coming at it kind of from my angle. And then probably in a day or two, I'm going to answer. I'm going to make a video answering some questions. But this fight or this video right here might also answer some of the questions that you guys asked me that relate more specifically to the fight. Obviously, some of the things that did caught me off guard was I knew that he was a Taekwondo style guy, and I expected that I was going to be able to use my size. I knew that I was bigger than him, and I thought that I was going to be able to kind of push him, maybe bully him a little more than I was able to. I also wasn't prepared for my arms to gas as quickly as possible. That caught me, and I knew I was like, oh, okay, need to keep my hands up. Now you see a lot. I'm keeping my hands nice and high, and I'm coming in a lot with my hands. Oh, I slipped. I'm coming in a lot with my hands really high, right? Now, what that did was that really tired the hell out of me. Here, kind of instinctively went in like I was going to go for a guillotine, but couldn't obviously do that, or I was going to go like I was going to drag him down MMA style. The ref was telling us not to keep headbutting, but we're both doing the same thing. But yeah, so now trying to relax a little bit. But I like to use my front leg. I like to kick. We're coming in. That was kind of a little sloppy. And as he's spinning now, I know he's a Taekwondo dude, okay? So my plan is coming forward. The reason why I'm keeping my hands up and going forward is because it makes it harder for him to kick. That's a nice little combo I threw there. I'm happy with that with the knee. But my hands, I'm kind of sloppy. I need to keep my hands up when I kick. And another thing that I gained from this is that I need to just throw more. Also, I need to when when he's throwing something at me and I just keep my hands up. See, there I went for that a lot. You'll see I keep trying to go for the check hook as he's coming in, but the reason why I shouldn't have just gone for a check hook. I could have also have used I didn't use any leg kicks. I should have used a lot more leg kicks, which I had. I could have used oblique kicks, things like that, front kicks, but I wasn't trying too hard. This whole fight this whole camp, I had told myself that he is a kicker. You know what I mean? And even though I consider myself a kicker, I told myself that he's probably going to have better kicks, so that this isn't something that I should be trying to do. So that I should be trying to pressure him going forward, which isn't really my style. I like to be the type of person who likes to try to play on the outside, use my hands. I like to try to use my kicks. I like to angle off. Like some of my favorite fighters are more like Muhammad Ali. I like to pride myself on footwork. In a lot of my sparring videos, those are the things I work on. But in this fight, I knew I was fighting somebody who likes to do that and is potentially better at that than me. So I wanted to try to pressure, which is uncomfortable for me. This is not my style of fight I'm fighting. Now, when he would throw kicks, my goal, which I did successfully in the last round, would be to try to angle off as he kicked. That kick, I didn't actually get my hips over when I threw it. So, if for that roundhouse kick, that could have had, not saying devastating effect, but it could have been more effective if I had thrown it more Muay Thai style and pivoted through. But a big thing to my fatigue and all my other fights, I was cardio, like my heart was going boom, 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 boom. This is the first fight that I actually didn't feel that tired. My cardio wasn't what was killing me, but it was conditioning, and I understood this fight is where I learned the difference between cardio and conditioning, and I always kind of thought those words were interchangeable, but they're definitely not. Cardio has to do with your lungs. Well, I mean, and at least this is my explanation of it, that cardio has to do with your heart and your lungs, but conditioning is your muscles and the ability for them to exert energy over a long period of time. I'm not comfortable sparring or fighting necessarily with my hands high, boxing, kickboxing style. I like keep them kind of chin chest level, you know what I mean, because I kind of play with moving my hands around, keeping open stances, sometimes doing like McGregor style, switching my hands, maybe going into a Philly shell. I like to play with a lot of my hands, but here I was just trying to keep my hands up nice and high, and that killed my shoulders really, really fast. So I'm feeling like I'm punching underwater already. My arms feel like they're super slow, but I'm trying to come in, I'm trying to pressure, try to throw a nice kick to the body. First time I'm trying to throw some kicks low, and of course, get them right in the balls. I think I've kicked almost every one of my opponents that I fought in the testicles at one point or another. He's telling me it's not going to give me a point, but you know, try not to hit him in the balls. It's never good. All right, we can back out. Like I said, I'm just trying to keep my hands up because I know that he's going to try to do some kicks. There, it was bad, lost balance, tried to throw, well, faked a spinning kick. There's another time that I fake a spin kick. There's the side kick. Now I'm expecting a lot more stuff. He didn't actually throw any lead leg hook kicks or anything like that I kind of anticipated might happen. And he threw. He was a lot faster with his hands than I expected. I wasn't really anticipating him to be as aggressive with his hands. I kind of thought that if I put pressure on him, that I'd be able to break him down a lot quicker than well, it didn't happen. I thought that I had most success when I used my front leg roundhouses, which is something I should have done more. You start to see like we kind of stalemate. We're just standing. There's a lot of sloppy stuff going on. Here I start to pressure, put him against the cage. He's coming back, getting those body shots. A lot of these techniques, too, if you guys really look, I block. Now, that kick kind of gets, but I'm still moving back. A lot of them hit on my elbows. That's why most of these kicks, most of the stuff doesn't really get me. None of the things actually, like, hitting my body too flush. You know what I mean? But some of them do. Definitely that kick that happens in the third round definitely does. There he kind of fakes it, throws it. I see the kick coming, get out of the way. There I was trying to throw. There, boom. Now here I should have probably gone for like a low kick, hook kick, something else. Getting a little caught. Got hit with that hook of his. It's a good front kick by him. I keep trying to call him in because I'm trying to keep the pressure, keep the momentum going. And I know I'm behind, so I'm trying to keep it up. Need to keep my hands up when I'm kicking.
Not much time left in this second round. And there it is.
But I know I'm behind, so that's all really I'm thinking is that, fuck, I'm behind. So I'm trying to figure out what I can do to just pick up, you know. But we all know, my coach is telling me that it's a good fight and that it's close, but I just got to give a little more, got to dig a little deeper. He's telling me now the major things, you know, is that I really needed to, if I could throw more, you know what I mean? And as Isaiah was ducking, just like I was ducking, that's when uppercuts, hooks, those sort of things were there all day. But when you're in the fight, you start losing a lot of energy. And like I said, keep my hands up with that high guard just destroyed my shoulders. Not something I was really used for. Not something I was used to or prepared for. But I learned a lot from this fight, and I'm super excited to have more fights, obviously, and get back in there. So that's right there. That's my coach. He's telling me to come in, hooks, you know, and I'm super excited. I'd love to have another kickboxing fight again. I mean, the reason why I had a kickboxing fight was because in all of my MMA fights, you start to throw a couple combos, and then you get wrapped up and you get taken down to the ground. So I was excited to have a chance to just to be able to throw combos, let my kicks go, and let everything fly. Here, I'm happy with the first couple seconds right here. Needed more stuff like this. See, first leg kick that I threw, first roundhouse kick. Should have thrown more stuff like that. See, this was a good combo. I should have used more straights, more of my front leg. And this is where it comes in. Oh no, I slip out the way there. But still, even with the, and then I slipped. There I kind of picking my leg up. But need to work on the defense. There, try to go for that check hook again. Need to work on the defense, get more boxing rounds in. Some good boxers. Just trying to push them off. They're just kind of wobbly. I'm kind of losing my balance. That's why, like I said, I need to get more boxing rounds in. So that, with like good boxers, so that I can keep my balance. I'm keeping my hands up because, well, I'm waiting for some sort of spin kick at any second, like that. So that's why most of the fight I'm trying to keep him pushing forward, 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 and keep my hands up. I knew after this that I needed to just get right in there, try to get out, but my arms got gassed. It didn't take long, you know. You try to dig deep, and we're both kind of doing the same thing. When you're not fighting, when you're fighting with someone, I like to tell people that fighting is a lot like sex. And there's a moment where you and this person, you guys kind of become one. You know, that's why a lot of people at the end of the fight, that's why they hug. That's why a lot of people at the end of the fight, that's why they embrace, or that's why enemies become friends, because we both know, like, he starts doing the little spin hand thing, so I'm like, all right, I gotta throw that leg kick in there to keep him honest, you know what I mean? But at the same time, he's keeping his hands low, but he's not doing anything because he knows that's what I wanted, you know. That's what I should have done for most of it. That right there, that was part of one of my drills, you know what I mean, that I've been doing, was that when he threw a spin kick, would be to go it doesn't matter which side he's spinning towards. If he's doing a spinning back kick, spinning hook kick, you go towards the back. And here's the end, us going, just going crazy. But the idea would be, like, if he throws a spinning hook kick at me or a spinning back kick at me, if you go back and watch that, it would be to kind of move towards the backside. And of course, at the end, we embrace. But you know, great fight, super tough guy. Definitely, definitely, definitely can't wait to see him again. Can't wait to have more fights in the future. So much fun. Definitely needed to work on. I mean, the biggest thing for me, the biggest takeaway for me was just my conditioning. This is one of those fights that I think I needed to have, obviously, and I'm really happy I had this fight. I just needed to throw more, and now in sparring, I've been just practicing more, throwing more combinations, throwing more, and only in this last 2 weeks have I really been working on wrestling. So things are coming, but definitely everything happens for a reason, you know. But definitely had a lot of fun. I knew right away that he won the fight. I knew that I wasn't able to dig quite deep enough to get that pump. In the beginning of that last round was really what it should have looked like throughout most of the fight. Would be me throwing nice quick combos, but that I showed, you know what I mean? It's not even like for anybody else. That's why, like, you get super excited to watch a video about these sort of things, is because, like, I showed that that's what it looks like. That's what I look like throwing a good combo. That's what I look like throwing good technique with a good front leg roundhouse kick. And that is something I made that combination up. You know what I mean? I did it as I was going because I knew I needed to pressure him. And those were all good techniques. Double jabs, jab cross, double jab, front leg roundhouse kick, or something among those lines. That's a nice combo right there that I just made up on my own off the spot in a good fight. You know what I mean? So it's about having the confidence and really being like, yeah, like, I'm supposed to do this. This is what I'm supposed to do. And sadly, since this fight, I've gained a little weight. Some things in life have slowed me down, so now I'm trying to get back at it, and hopefully I can have a fight in the summer soon. So, yeah, guys, please get at me. Be bold. Get at me at Duncan The Highlander on Instagram, Patreon, and GoFundMe, and I'll probably start a Kickstarter. So, please, guys, get at me. If you guys like these videos, your help is what's going to help me be able to make more of these. So, peace out, and be bold, son.
So you got to give him a lot of props.